Good evening, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Welcome to TCM, where early this morning we kicked off the 32nd edition of our annual showcase programming event, 31 Days of Oscar, which we inaugurated in 1995. For 31 days, every single movie we show from dawn to dusk and back to dawn is either an Oscar winner or nominee. We'll wrap it up on March 15th, the night of the 98th Academy Awards in Los Angeles. This year, we're setting our lineups in an inventive way. We're taking our inspiration from the syntax of how Oscar presenters announce the winners, and the Oscar goes to, they say. Our Oscar lineups will go to places, to events, to occupations, to ideas, and more. For example, earlier today, we had Oscar goes to a fantasy world. Tomorrow, Valentine's Day, Oscar goes to Paris, the most romantic city in northern France. Tonight, we're getting a head start on the romance with Oscar Goes to a Wedding. We begin with a movie less concerned with the happy couple than with the testy man who has to pay for the wedding. From MGM in 1950, Spencer Tracy walks Elizabeth Taylor down the aisle in Father of the Bride. Tracy is Stanley Banks, whose tightly ordered life begins to unravel after his daughter, that's Taylor, announces she is getting married. Suddenly, he is facing some hard truths, that his little girl is all grown up or grown up enough, and he's forced to absorb all the financial and social demands of planning a wedding. Tracy earned the fourth of his 9 Oscar nominations for perfectly demonstrating the consternation, the frustration, the bewilderment, the wistfulness, and the good humor that Stanley Banks goes through. Film also picked up a nomination for Best Picture and for its adapted screenplay, written rather appropriately for tonight's theme by the husband and wife writing team of Albert Hackett and Frances Goodrich. Behind the scenes, a real-life wedding was brewing as well. In a moment, studio marketing execs fantasize about life-imitated art when 18-year-old Elizabeth Taylor married hotelier Conrad Hilton Jr. 2 weeks before the film's premiere in May. MGM quite obviously played a significant role in that timing. MGM costume designer Helen Rose designed Taylor's wedding dress. From 1950, directed by Vincent Minnelli, also with Joan Bennett as the mother of the bride, this is Father of the Bride. As I mentioned before the movie, Father of the Bride earned 3 Oscar nominations, Best Picture, Best Actor for Spencer Tracy, Best Screenplay for Albert Hackett and Frances Goodrich. They adapted it from a book by Edward Streeter, though initially they struggled to craft the novel's anecdotal approach into a cohesive script. MGM production chief Dory Sherry encouraged them through draft after draft until they had a story that could translate to the screen. As a successful husband and wife writing team in Hollywood, Hackett and Goodrich collaborated on dozens of films and had a reputation for exhibiting a deft touch. They already had 2 Oscar nominations for writing the first 2 Thin Man movies, originally based on Dashiell Hammett's novel. They also wrote the 3rd film in the series. In 1955, they picked up their 4th and final nomination with Dorothy Kingsley for writing the adapted screenplay for the 1954 musical 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. Though they never won an Oscar, in 1956, the couple did win the Pulitzer Prize for Drama and a Tony Award for The Diary of Anne Frank. They then adapted the play for the 1959 movie directed by George Stevens. Incidentally, Hackett and Goodrich were married for nearly 53 years until Frances Goodrich's death in 1984. Coming up, we continue tonight's 31 Days of Oscar focus on matrimony with one of the great romantic comedies of the 20th century. From 1994, Hugh Grant and Andie MacDowell star in 4 Weddings and a Funeral. Next on TCM.
Next on TCM, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, then The Graduate, and later, High Society. Oscar crashes the reception tonight.